Welcome viewers. A top focus at this hour. Shocking revelations have come to light from the state of Karnataka. Now the southern state here is witnessing a disturbing surge in crimes against children, with official health department now revealing that on an average, viewers, 12 to 15 minor girls are raped every day in the state. Very shocking stats coming to light. In fact, in the past 2.5 years alone, about 10,510 cases of rapes against minors have been reported in the state. And in fact, in just the last 3 months, about 1,104 such cases have been registered. Between May 1st and July 31st this year, about 1,100 minors became victims of sexual assault in the state, highlighting the urgent need for stronger prevention measures and also stricter enforcement of laws to protect our children. Clearly, very shocking stats have come to light from the state of Karnataka here, viewers. In fact, to walk you through the details, this data has been released by Home Department of the state. It reveals that on an average, 12 to 15 minor girls are getting raped every day. This is a specifically shocking data that has come to light from the southern state. In fact, in the past 2.5 years alone, more than 10,000 cases of rape against minors have been reported in the state. And viewers, these are not just numbers, these are lives getting impacted on the ground. Further, in the last 3 months itself, about 1,104 such cases have been registered. Very, very shocking data which calls for introspection. Now, between May 1st and July 31st this year, over 1,100 minors became victims of sexual assault in the state, clearly highlighting that there is an urgent need in Karnataka for stronger prevention measures against such heinous crimes taking place. And of course, this calls for stricter enforcement of laws as well to protect our children. Now, my colleague Gautam Shankar is joining me live on this story. Gautam, this is very shocking data that has come to light from the state of Karnataka. It's horrifying to understand that these are the numbers on the ground. Walk us through the details of these shocking revelations that have now come to light.
Absolutely, very shocking numbers that have been put out by the Karnataka Home Department during the assembly session. Now, some of the most alarming numbers here is regarding the minors in the state. Keep in mind that one of the data points that actually highlights 12 to 15 minors are raped every single day. Now, that basically means that there is this rape of minors is no longer an isolated crime problem. It's becoming a chronic public safety and social crisis in the state of Karnataka. And also, the other data point that I'd like to highlight is that the acceleration of cases, there's been a steady rise year on year. More than 1,100 cases in just the past 3 months shows that whatever preventive mechanisms that have been taken up by the Karnataka government are either extremely weak or ineffective, and this needs an overhaul as well. And one more point that we need to highlight with the numbers that we are showcasing here is that these figures actually showcase only the reported cases. The actual incidents of sexual assault and rape on minors and women are likely to be far higher, because we've known in the state of Karnataka, due to the fear of retaliation, stigma, and distrust in the justice system, a lot of these cases go unreported. So the actual numbers may be a lot higher than what we are showing on the screens. But it is extremely worrying that Karnataka is actually facing such a crisis in terms of making sure that their women and children are safe. And the fact that every day we are having about 12 to 15 such cases of just minors being raped every single day does not bode well for the Karnataka government, and they need to take real serious measures to ensure that these numbers actually do come down in the future. Ishita.
Right, Gautam, you've correctly mentioned that these numbers itself are very alarming, very concerning, but the numbers could be more on the ground given the fact that so many cases go unreported in such incidents. Now, also joining me is Cynthia Stephen, a social activist. Thank you so much for joining us here on News 9. We were just going through these dramatic numbers that have come out from the state of Karnataka. According to you, what explains these surge in crimes against minors specifically?
Yes, indeed, it is extremely alarming that there are so many cases of minors being reported. I don't think that there has been an alarming rise in the number of cases so much as a rise in the number of reports. And this is in a sense unfortunate to say, but also it is an encouraging sign that people are beginning to come out and report these cases. Usually the shroud of shame and silence that surrounds sexual violence is slowly beginning to lift, and only that will bring a dent when the perpetrators are brought to book, when the law is allowed to take its course. Then only justice will be done. Because right now the innocent children are being targeted, and the perpetrators are being protected due to the social stigma attached to the crime, and it is usually affecting the females rather than the males. So it is ironic, but I am a bit heartened by the fact that people are coming out and reporting these figures. Unfortunate though that the social situation of safety for women and children is still compromised.